Project Management Micro Business Intelligence. Project management tools designed for project managers by project managers. PM Macro BI is not a crystal ball, nor does it predict the future. PM Macro BI shows you the future based upon your processes and the data entered by the project managers and other stakeholders. Micro BI tools collect data from the time systems, supervisor field inputs, and other micro tools such as links to your current scheduling system and provides you with current, detailed, and accurate data. Project Management Business Intelligence tools were custom built after years of hands-on project management experience in nuclear power plants. These tools are specifically designed to reduce costs, streamline processes, and provide fundamental accurate data to project managers and management oversight. By providing single data access points and linking each tool to a central tool, data redundancy is limited and reporting is instant and accurate. Stakeholders receive the data they need in the format they need to analyze, identify, and successfully manage their projects. You already produce an estimate for each project. You already produce a schedule for each project. You already produce timesheets for each project. You already or should be tracking every delay, impact, and scope change for each project. You already run cost reports, man-power reports, and other reports. The difference is, using PM Micro BI tools, you can combine all of this information and reporting into one system, reduce data entry, and get fast and accurate results to more effectively manage your projects. Imagine having your cost reports in hand delivered electronically within 1 hour of the end of the previous work shift. As a project manager, wouldn't you like to know your electrical engineering 30% complete milestone is in 2 weeks and you have already been charged 42% of your budget? Is your budget safe? Your mechanical engineering 60% complete milestone is next week and 38% of the budget has been spent. Are you at risk of missing a milestone, or is there an opportunity to save money? Who worked on each project the previous shift by craft, by job step, by name? Is your estimate in line with your schedule? Control which craft can charge to your projects. Control which supervisors, which engineers, which planners can charge to your projects. Each and every delay to your projects in the last shift, the cost of those delays, the drivers of those delays. The day-by-day cost, the running cost, by craft, by project, as compared to your estimate. Know your project performance at 10% spend or 20% spend instead of looking at your project at 80% or 90%. Forecast a date when your project will run out of money based upon current spend. Have the data delivered to you already compiled straight into your inbox daily. As a manager, wouldn't you like project performance by project, accurate as to the last shift, and available within 1 hour of the end of the last shift? Budget summaries by project, by spend type, by any other type of search criteria. Reports and spreadsheets delivered electronically on whatever schedule you determine. Delays by type, by project, by day or by running days, and a Pareto chart so that you can quickly identify those issues that are costing you money. All of this information is there or maybe not. Currently, it is a paper timesheet, a paper delay notification, a note in someone's daily log they keep in their pocket, an email they sent to the project manager, or a file on their desktop. Imagine a cost report that tells you everything. Our Macro BI tool shows you what the plan is. Our Micro BI tools tell you what is actually going on. By comparing apples to apples, the estimate, the schedule, and the timesheets, MicroBI provides you the business intelligence to effectively manage every project. With our BI reporting tools, projects at risk are quickly identified before the project starts. Imagine a cost report that tells you everything by craft. Estimated hours, the plan, is pulled directly from the estimating portion of the MicroBI tool, from the data entered by the project manager to secure funding and create the project schedule. Actual hours are pulled from the MicroTime system as they are entered, so you have up-to-date information at the end of each shift. Scheduled hours are the hours pulled from a CSV file from your current scheduling software by using a project code and a resource code. Variance is the delta between the estimated hours and the actual scheduled hours. Our MicroBI compares the data and tells you before the project starts the accuracy of the schedule as compared to the estimate. Projects should have the variance reduced to 0 prior to project start. Projects with a negative variance are susceptible to failure. In this case, note there are more hours scheduled for the electricians and laborers than estimated, and more hours estimated for the pipe fitters and carpenters than scheduled. Either the schedule is wrong or the estimate did not identify all of the work. Either way, this will not end well. These deltas can negatively impact SPI and CPI, resulting in poor performance reporting. Earned hours are calculated based on the data from the CSV file, original hours minus remaining hours. SPI is calculated based on hours burned versus hours earned. Consuming more man-hours than hours earned results in an SPI of less than 1. ERI, or Effective Rate Index, is calculated by the cost of hours earned versus the estimated cost per hour. For example, if the estimate had a ratio of 1 GF hour to 16 foreman hours to 64 journeyman hours, and in reality the ratio of foreman to journeyman was higher, the ERI would be less than 1. An ERI above 1 means you are working more efficiently than estimated. Managing the ratio of GFs and foremen as well as utilizing apprentices can lead to better production numbers. Note the pipe fitters have an ERI of 1.15 while the carpenters have an ERI of 0.92. This can be caused by the ratio of foreman to journeyman or the addition of apprentices to the project. An ERI above 1 will actually improve the overall CPI of the project. CPI, or Cost Performance Index, shows you how well your work is being executed. This is a combination of the SPI and the ERI. In some cases, the use of lower cost labor, apprentices, may negatively affect your SPI, but the higher than 1 ERI results in lower cost per hour of work than originally estimated. Estimated cost is based on the original estimate from the MicroBI tool. EAC, or Estimate at Completion Cost, is based on current performance and remaining schedule. The over-under is the estimated amount of funds you will need to add to the project to complete based upon current schedule performance. Micro business intelligence tools include Employee System to create profiles to populate other micro tools such as timesheets and produce staffing reports. Time System to electronically capture time, filter cost codes, analyze time inputs, and verify pay based on rules or schedules. Identify by name, missing time records, records less than scheduled, more than scheduled, and other common errors with timekeeping. This reduces overall costs to acquire and report out on time related issues. The electronic time system allows supervisors to use drop-downs to identify delays, changes, scope growth within the time record, capturing these issues and providing instant data for reporting purposes. Supervisor system. Create daily logs, lesson learned, and expand on scope changes, delays, growth. Observation system. Work order preparation and tracking systems. Combining the macro and micro business intelligence tools will allow you to reduce the time it takes to capture data and lowering costs. Reduce the time it takes to receive data, thereby making you more effective. Find issues before they become issues, making you proactive rather than reactive. Identify trends as they are happening, allowing you to mitigate quicker. What kind of trends? This is not data you have to find. This is data already in the system. Compare the average CPI of each craft by site by fleet. Compare the average CPI of vendors at a site or by fleet. Which vendor performs best by type of project, such as vendor A performs better at electrical while vendor B performs better on mechanical. Compare the average CPI by professional discipline, by site, by fleet. How do mechanical engineers at one site compare to those at another? Score the accuracy of project managers individually, by site, or by fleet. What is the leading driver of work delays? By site, by fleet. Compare outage performance by unit, by site, by fleet. All of the experience we have creating the reports we have been asked to prepare during and after project execution has been built into the system so that those reports and many others you have only dreamed of being able to analyze are now available at the touch of a button. Imagine the outage ends at 16:15 and at 16:16 you can run a report that has every delay incurred, grouped by driver, craft affected, vendor, work orders affected, total by cost and hours in a series of Pareto charts, every scope change, every scope growth by work order, project, vendor, craft with hours and costs, every lessons learned grouped by vendor, work order, project, and component, total labor costs by cost type, by vendor, by project, by craft, by work order, and compared to the original estimate showing deltas. Access to daily logs of every supervisor, grouped by vendor, grouped by project, grouped by work order. Project summary for every project. Predefine what you want your outage report to contain and arranged, and if the data has been entered into one of our micro systems, the report will be available the minute the outage is over, not 2 weeks later. Thank you for your time. If you would like more information on what business intelligence tools can do for you, please see our other videos detailing additional features. We look forward to working with you and assisting in managing your information needs.